CompTIA CySA Plus exam. Question 1. Which action should be taken when malware is found on multiple hosts? Option A. Determine scope and identify common indicators. Option B. Close the first alert only. Option C. Reboot the SIEM. Option D. Ignore low-value systems. The correct answer is option A. Determine scope and identify common indicators. Multiple infected hosts suggest broader compromise or spread. Determining scope and common indicators helps guide containment, eradication, and detection across the environment. Question 2. Which tool is most useful for identifying all hosts that contacted a malicious domain? Option A. Text editor only. Option B. SIEM query over DNS or proxy logs. Option C. Local calculator. Option D. Monitor inventory. The correct answer is option B. SIEM query over DNS or proxy logs. DNS and proxy logs can show which hosts resolved or accessed a malicious domain. Searching them in a SIEM allows analysts to identify affected systems quickly across the environment. Question 3. Which document provides predefined steps for responding to a common incident type? Option A. Invoice. Option B. Org chart only. Option C. Playbook. Option D. Asset tag. The correct answer is option C. Playbook. An incident response playbook contains repeatable procedures for handling a specific incident type. Playbooks improve consistency, speed, and coordination during response. Question 4. Which stakeholder should be involved when an incident may trigger regulatory notification requirements? Option A. Cafeteria manager. Option B. Graphic designer. Option C. Printer vendor only. Option D. Legal or compliance team. The correct answer is option D. Legal or compliance team. Legal and compliance teams help determine notification obligations, timelines, and required language. Their involvement reduces the risk of mishandling regulatory or contractual requirements. Question 5. Which stakeholder should be involved when customer communication is required? Option A. Public relations or communications team. Option B. Building janitor only. Option C. Random contractor. Option D. Personal friend. The correct answer is option A. Public relations or communications team. Public relations or communications teams help craft accurate, approved messages for external audiences. Coordinated communication reduces confusion and protects trust during an incident. Question 6. Which factor determines whether an event should be declared an incident? Option A. Whether the analyst dislikes the alert. Option B. Confirmed or suspected violation of security policy or impact. Option C. Whether the alert occurred on Monday. Option D. Whether the host has a short name. The correct answer is option B. Confirmed or suspected violation of security policy or impact. An incident is generally declared when an event indicates actual or suspected compromise, policy violation, or security impact. Declaration should be based on evidence and organizational criteria, not personal preference. Question 7. Which action is best for a suspected insider data theft investigation? Option A. Publicly accuse the user immediately. Option B. Delete the user's files. Option C. Preserve evidence and limit knowledge to need-to-know personnel. Option D. Disable audit logs. The correct answer is option C. Preserve evidence and limit knowledge to need-to-know personnel. Insider investigations require careful evidence preservation and confidentiality. Limiting knowledge reduces the risk of tipping off the subject or contaminating the investigation. Question 8. Which response is appropriate when law enforcement involvement is likely? Option A. Share all evidence on social media. Option B. Modify timestamps for readability. Option C. Reformat affected disks. Option D. Coordinate through legal and preserve evidence carefully. The correct answer is option D. Coordinate through legal and preserve evidence carefully. Legal coordination helps ensure evidence handling and communications align with organizational and law enforcement requirements. Preserving evidence carefully maintains integrity and investigative value. Question 9. Which action best supports root cause analysis? Option A. Identify the initial access vector and failed controls. Option B. Count the number of keyboards. Option C. Rename all affected hosts. Option D. Close the incident after containment only. The correct answer is option A. Identify the initial access vector and failed controls. Root cause analysis seeks to understand how the incident happened and why controls failed. Identifying the initial access vector helps prevent the same path from being used again. Question 10. Which response is best if attacker persistence remains after recovery? Option A. Ignore it if systems are online. Option B. Reopen eradication and remove persistence before full restoration. Option C. Disable future monitoring. Option D. Notify users that no action is needed. The correct answer is option B. Reopen eradication and remove persistence before full restoration. Remaining persistence means the attacker may regain access after systems are restored. Eradication must be completed before declaring recovery successful. Question 11. Which backup characteristic is most important during ransomware recovery? Option A. Publicly writable backup shares. Option B. Backups encrypted by attackers. Option C. Offline or immutable clean backups. Option D. Untested backups only. The correct answer is option C. Offline or immutable clean backups. Offline or immutable backups are protected from attacker modification or encryption. Clean backups are essential for restoring systems without reintroducing ransomware or corrupted data. Question 12. Which recovery step reduces chance of reinfection? Option A. Restore all systems without updates. Option B. Keep compromised credentials active. Option C. Disable endpoint protection. Option D. Patch exploited vulnerabilities before restoring connectivity. The correct answer is option D. Patch exploited vulnerabilities before restoring connectivity. If the original vulnerability remains, restored systems can be compromised again quickly. Patching and credential remediation before reconnecting systems reduces reinfection risk. Question 13. Which incident response metric measures how long containment took after detection? Option A. Time to contain. Option B. Cable length. Option C. DNSTTL. Option D. CPU clock speed. The correct answer is option A. Time to contain. Time to contain measures how long it takes to limit incident spread or impact after detection. It is useful for evaluating response effectiveness and containment procedures. Question 14. Which information should be included in an incident timeline? Option A. Analyst favorite tools only. Option B. Key events with timestamps and evidence sources. Option C. Vendor advertisements. Option D. Office seating chart. The correct answer is option B. Key events with timestamps and evidence sources. An incident timeline documents what happened, when it happened, and what evidence supports each event. Accurate timelines support analysis, reporting, and lessons learned. Question 15. Which step helps prevent accidental destruction of forensic evidence? Option A. Edit original evidence directly. Option B. Run cleanup tools immediately. Option C. Work from forensic copies instead of originals. Option D. Compress evidence without hashing. The correct answer is option C. Work from forensic copies instead of originals. Using forensic copies protects original evidence from accidental modification. Analysts can perform analysis while preserving the original for validation or legal review. Question 16. Which hash usage supports evidence integrity? Option A. Hash only the analyst's laptop wallpaper. Option B. Hash after modifying files only. Option C. Avoid documenting hashes. Option D. Hash evidence before and after copying. The correct answer is option D. Hash evidence before and after copying. Hashing evidence before and after copying verifies that the copy matches the original. Matching hashes support integrity and chain of custody documentation. Question 17. Which action is best when a server is suspected of hosting a web shell? Option A. Isolate, preserve evidence, and review web directories and logs. Option B. Delete web logs immediately. Option C. Publish shell path online. Option D. Increase user permissions. The correct answer is option A. Isolate, preserve evidence, and review web directories and logs. A suspected web shell indicates possible remote attacker access to the server. Isolation, evidence preservation, and review of web files and logs help contain the threat and determine scope. Question 18. Which log is most useful for investigating suspicious web shell activity? Option A. Printer usage logs. Option B. Web server access and error logs. Option C. HR onboarding records. Option D. Monitor inventory. The correct answer is option B. Web server access and error logs. Web server logs can show requests to suspicious files, command parameters, source IPs, and error patterns. These details help identify web shell use and attacker activity. Question 19. Which command activity may indicate Linux privilege escalation? Option A. Normal date command by admin. Option B. User reading a help page. Option C. Unexpected use of sudo or SUID binary abuse. Option D. NTP sync message. The correct answer is option C. Unexpected use of sudo or SUID binary abuse. Unexpected sudo use or abuse of SUID binaries can indicate attempts to gain higher privileges. Analysts should compare the activity against normal admin behavior and review related logs. Question 20. Which Windows activity may indicate credential dumping? Option A. Opening calculator. Option B. Printing a PDF. Option C. Changing desktop resolution. Option D. Suspicious access to SAS memory. The correct answer is option D. Suspicious access to SAS memory. SAS stores credential-related material in Windows environments. Unexpected access to SAS memory is a strong indicator of credential dumping attempts.